Yes.
Yes. Pasha steps forward. He's kind of standing upright, looking around. He, kind of brushes off on his jubaya, straightens his turban a bit. He's got a look of excitement mixed with disdain. He is forced to mingle with the common folk. And while it brings great opportunity, it also leads him and his senses to be assaulted by the common scent. He kind of rubs his nostrils a bit. Yes, I am the Pasha Khan. And he kind of looks around Coriolis and looks at the card. And Pasha hands over some papers. I expect everything to be in order. Weapons. 1 minute. This is a D6 game, correct? Just getting back into the groove of things. No weapons to declare, and you can search me if you would like. And Pasha has no weapons, that's why I rolled the D6. 3 and above, 3 and below, he would have one, but 4 and above, he doesn't. So he has no weapons. Yep. Oh no, he's dressed like a beautiful civilian. That's always how Pasha wants to portray himself, a beautiful civilian among the riffraff of humanity that is Coriolis. Yes, you don't say. Folks from Mira causing trouble? Hmm. 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 You, my friend, may I know your name? You seem to be a well-informed member of this esteemed security that runs this beautiful station. And Pasha is trying to like butter him up at this point. "917 TB. Then you shall be Mr. TB to me. Like you very well said, I'm from Mira, and Mira is far from such opulence that the Coriolis station is. And, I'm a traveler, a visitor, having a friendly guide, someone to talk to, find out more about the going-ons about a place like this. I would be much in your debt if you would entertain me for a few hours in this mulukad that you speak of. Maybe it could be monetarily beneficial to you. You said something about a date later this evening. Surely you would like to take your partner to something extravagant. I am just a simple traveler. I wouldn't know what the going rate of a place like this is. Surely you can educate me. I wouldn't want to insult you by making an offer that is unworthy of your esteemhood. Well, I will keep my lips sealed, my ears open, and you be my guide. And for 500 beer, I think I can make that happen. Yep, and then Pasha with the same, as he's getting the papers from underneath that glass window, he slides a transactor very deftly to TB. Yeah, ma'am, take it off from my personal account for now. Cha-ching. Oh boy. It's good to be back. Very well, Mr. TB. I look forward to it. And with that, Pasha does a a kind of a flourish of a bow, not too much, but enough to, make it seem that he is very pleased with Mr. TB and the offer he's made. And he looks around to everybody around. He gives them a broad smile, as if everybody is adoring Pasha Khan. And then he turns around, clicking his jubaya, and then he walks out of the immigration station. The people of Coriolis, I feel they received something for free today. It's not often that you can lay your eyes on the Pasha Khan, and that's what Pasha is thinking as he's walking out. Cool.
Yep. Ali looks over at Hakam. Are they treating you better than the rest of us? Are you alright?
He's quiet for a moment, looks around. Are we being overheard? Yeah, he leans a little over to Ali and says, "Yeah, I'm fine. Didn't have anything to do with that ambush. It was an ambush. They shot first, Ali. Remember?
Yes. It was definitely an ambush, but unfortunately, justice usually goes to the more powerful one. In this case, the Consortium. I'm sure of it. But
No, man. Don't worry about that too much. At least you're still alive."
yes. And then I get the feeling that the only reason you're here is by guilt by association.
Exactly. I'll see what I can do, and I don't think there's much. I came up poor. Certainly not like some of these people here.
Yes. I don't intend to be an easy prisoner. The longer they keep me, the more I'm gonna make them pay for it.
Man, you can't beat the system here. You can't work your way out or fight your way out. You gotta do the bureaucracy hodgepodge. I mean, you're not gonna... I don't think resisting them or spitting at them or being insulting or, irritating is going to get you anything. I think you're the victim.
There is no victims over here, Hakim. The victims are over there with the money, with all the beer.
Well, the point is, you just defended yourself. That's all.
Yeah. If that was the case, then we wouldn't be here now.
Yeah, we would. That was a shootout. And then can we see that there's a Foundation agent there? From here? Which one is that? Which of the two? And Roy is the Foundation agent? Oh, okay. So I've mislabeled that in my notes. And Maurice, is he someone we recognize? Okay. Yeah. Oh, sort of my eyes flick over and he's like, looks like a Foundation agent. Could be bad news.
Oh, that's not the good news.
Well, let's see where this leads then.
I tell you what it leads. Nowhere good.
Certainly not as pessimistic as you. The traveler has ways.
But we shall see. Yes, I'm rusted enough for the next interrogation.
Also, Coriolis citizen was in a bar when people shot at each other. I don't see a reason why I'm being detained. I thought it would be more the fact that I didn't do anything.
Yes, it is no risk.
Do our characters? I don't know. What do they do? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I am their founder. They should release. No, okay. But I know a good bit. So the Consortium is Wayland Yutani, sort of? Okay, okay, okay. And so they would then, the agency is a sub-faction of that super... Yeah, like a megacorp. Okay. Shootouts happen on Coriolis, especially when people have a good time. What I don't understand is why Consortium would just walk up and walk into a bar and just start a shootout. Maybe Miss Narosha, was it? Could shed some light on that. He snorts.
Well, I'm sure you're familiar with Eldragold and the politics there. I simply helped some citizens of their planet against the would-be crew leaders. And the same with Nasir, and he's from there. We didn't do anything that wouldn't have been done to us. But I would not abide by slavery or anything of the sort. And then also that there was money involved. And as you know, people's got to make a living. Yeah, I think it's only on Eagle, right?
It's me, I'm not a ruffian. I'm an engineer.
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear you. Oh,
Come just deflected.
yeah. Yeah, okay. A heretic, you say? I know nothing of a heretic. I know of somebody that was ensnared by a certain group that we freed. Again, this comes from past experience. They go that nothing good comes of people who are in chains by the Consortium.
Is the Foundation also a part of the Consortium? Jesus Christ! Okay. Wow. Wait, how much time would it take to doctor that evidence again? He was saying how much time would it take exactly to doctor that evidence? He's trying to imply that he just needs the time to make, fake videos and fake emails and whatnot. What are you talking about? Do you have... What fugitive am I harboring? What are you talking about? Do you have anything substantial to say instead of just coming up with these wild accusations? Okay, and? I don't understand. Like, should I come up with a name and a background and a family and then claim that you took... I don't understand. Do you have actual, like something solid? Other than just accusing us and calling us names? question. Before I leave. So if anybody that works for the Consortium does something the Consortium doesn't like afterwards, you just add the adjective rogue in front of that person, and that means you're not responsible? Is that how it works? I'm not that good with these type of things. Just explain it, please. So, is someone being held accountable for that? Because it looks like the person being shot at is still being held. Yeah, Hakam looks like, when Hakam looks at the Judicator, he like smiles and he's friendly and he nods and he thanks him, like, right? Like, he really plays up that it's all about justice, and when he looks to her, it's always more suspicious and eyebrows raised. Observation. It is. Yeah, sure. Pass that. Okay. Yeah. I'll just tell him, thank you so much for your service. What would Coriolis be without the Judicars? Exactly. And then I head out.
I'd gladly wait here until you could discover that the Consortium is pretty good at hiding the tricks. You know, look at Hakam.
Thank you. You caught yourself.
Yeah, I'll get there. Yeah. So you look at Hakam. Be safe, my friend.
You'll be fine.
Oh, I know.
Exactly. See you soon.
Now, what of me?
You didn't do anything other than steal other people's drinks? At the time? Debo? I don't know. Pasha can get up with it.
The seam. No, TASSIM. Ah, I wish not to get between you and your partner tonight. I'm here just to make sure that you have an excellent time, Tasim. For you have definitely helped me with the information you have given me so far about what happened in this fascinating place. And Pasha is looking around at the light show and the people around. This is my kind of place. Space and the bounty it holds has a draw that I cannot let go of. But I do enjoy watching people and the things they get up to. Ah, you say you are a, did you say the word crude or craft? Gruff. You may seem gruff, my friend Tasim, but I see within you something more. You stand at a very influential and powerful position on this beautiful station. You do it great honor and great service by keeping the peace and keeping the undesirable lawbreakers out of this place. But I must tell you, in life, it is not just hard work that gets you to the top. It is also knowing the right people and making the right connections. Making the right decisions at the right times is how you make your way to the top. And then, someone like Narada, she would benefit from it too, won't you think? I am indeed. But no, I will not outshine you, my friend Tasim. No, that is not my intention for tonight. I have other matters that I would need to take care of. But you do misunderstand my words. Sure, from what you say, Narana might reach great heights, but she would do that alone. And you might reach great heights through your own hard work, but you would do that alone. But I am saying together. Don't count yourself too short, my friend. You have qualities I see in you already that I think can take you to the top, and together, both of you, could have all the riches of Coriolis right at your fingertips if you wanted to. No. There is the... This is where one must decide to trust the person that he sees in front of him. And I choose to trust you, my friend Tasim, and I choose to trust you. You see, someone like me is only me because of the people I keep around me. To me, they are more precious than all the cargo and all the ships that fly on the third horizon. Ships, Tasim, remember this, Cargo, riches, beer, they will always come and go. But people who you can trust with your life, who you can trust to get a job done, they are the true investment. They are the ones that you would always stake out your neck for. That's why I'm here. A few friends of mine, it seems, got into trouble on this very station. And I have a feeling from your description of what went down in this beautiful place, they sound like my friends. The description seems right. I have a strong feeling I know the gentleman who got drunk and started a fist battle. He is quite adept at it. I must say though that they are no bloodthirsty murderers. No, they are not. They are simple travelers looking to unwind in this beautiful station. And it seems that maybe they got waylaid, they got hoodwinked. They didn't have me around to see trouble coming from far away. But now I'm here, and I wish to rectify it and restitute. I do believe that law is important and it must be maintained in a place such as this. Not everything on the third horizon can be lawless. That just wouldn't do. Sure. And Pasha, upon introduction to Narana, he would get up from his chair and given that he's privileged and a negotiator, there are different bows that someone like him would do to signal different kinds of, how do you say? Oi. There it is. Sorry. Observation, modifier. Yeah, to signal different kinds of honor, right? So he's definitely giving her a bow of like acknowledging her presence, being wowed by it, but also acknowledging that Narana and Tasim are together. All from the body language of his bow. The The pleasure is all mine, Narana, and it is the seams, how do I say, business acumen and a sharp eye for the details that you have beer tonight to celebrate with. And Pasha looks to the scene kind of in like deference. It's to kind of make it look like it was all the scene's doing. He's playing the wingman to the T, you know, almost like he's perfected the wingman maneuver, and that's what he's playing right now. Sure, awesome, let's do this. Nice. A night to remember indeed, and before they can say anything, this is Pasha's like jam, right? Pasha, before he met the crew, he was a big somebody on a different planet, so he knows how the workings of a place like this go. He already has eyes out for like the various servers and, you know, the people who can get him things. He signals and immediately there should be somebody by their side. A hookah for the three of us, please. And I shall have your most expensive bubbly for this evening, for my esteemed guests who have graced me with their presence and their time.
Yeah, that one scene. You know what, those people.
Citizenscape is bullshit. It's very low. That's why maybe you're not be hearing.
Yeah, I got music.
Got music. It's low though. It's just picking up. Yeah, there it goes.
Do you see any above the volume? Do you see any white dots where you're not using the online player? Are you? Because if you have.
Yeah, he collects his stuff at the station or whatever, and then puts his helmet and clothes back on so as to be able to be incognito. Can you confirm that Thoraya and Nasir are also being held alongside Ali? Right. What would I know about Pasha? Did I know he was coming? Would my character not know that and then communicate? I guess he just goes back to the ship because that's the next thing he would do is go back to the ship to see if the ship's okay, if the Consortium came after the ship, for example, if anybody's there. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I would say to keep it simple, right? Like I knew they were going to Coriolis station, and I couldn't make the trip with them. And in the introduction, you said that they don't know if it has been days or weeks, but for Pasha, he knows it's been weeks, and it's not something as simple as they wouldn't just go on a bender for that long without inviting him. So when he left the Crimson Wish, he would have told Ashanti about his plans, and in case anybody contacted her, he would tell her to tell them how to find him. We all have like compads, so he would give Ashanti the necessary details that if anybody on Coriolis wanted to reach out to him, then they could reach out to him on his compad, and the necessary connections would be made.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Hakam, stepping out in the street, Hakam puts the helmet on to become incognito. Looks if there's anybody obviously waiting on the other side of the hallway or so, like Consortium thugs or something waiting for him, and when that's not the case, uses the communicator to call the ship and call Ashanti. Hey, this is Hakam. Why? Yeah, well, went to a bar got shut up. People shot back. They're being held still, but, since I didn't shoot anyone, I was released early, I guess? What time is it? Damn, what day is it? Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's like, anyway, how's the ship? Any problem from Consortium or anyone else? Yeah, it's nice. Well, has Pasha arrived yet? Told you, the Traveler helps me out. Well, he's the man I need to find. Any clue where he is? Sir. Cobb, huh? Got it. I know where that is. Me? Never. Wait, I don't understand that as a player. Is it not the same place where the shootout happened? Oh, see, at the time I had thought that that was the name of the restaurant or the bar. Okay, okay. Got it, got it. Got it, okay. Yeah. Okay. So she doesn't, or the AI doesn't exactly know which place he's in, or just roughly? Okay. Well, I do have a scanner, but it might be easier if you know where he is. Yeah. Bath, some rest. I need my 3 friends out of the prison. A few 100,000 beer would be nice. Maybe some reconciliation with my family. A good shag would be nice. Lots of things. Lots of things. Well, you know, you asked. I'll be on my way. Thank you for your help. No, no, it's too much. No, too much stress already in the last few days. I don't want to heap on that. I'm happy not to be the guilty one this time. Yeah, unless the friends think that you, like, you know, abandoned them. Anyway, I'll be gone. And then I click it off. And then he, as a... No, I already clicked it off. Too bad, can't insult me yet. And then he weaves his way, as only Coriolis, Third Horizoner could, through the crowds, straight to the Mulkab district, to Pasha. On the way, maybe he'll, you know, eat some street food here and there, pick up some things he's missed. There's a spicy kebabs. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm. Because as a kid, you can just hold it at both sides and just gnaw on it like an animal. Yep.
So Ali hearing the door slam goes over and I'm guessing there's like the water and toilet and stuff in there, right? It's not just like a isolation. Yeah, so he'll splash some water on his face, and not wanting to sit down in his bed yet, he'll actually sit down on the toilet and then lean back on it, kind of like he's leaning back in a chair. And I've been in worse places than this. I know that you can hear me. Thanks for the comfort. Yeah, he'll just sit there until he gets bored. Go up towards the door and kind of look around and see what he sees. And he'll watch him for a while. Well, I wonder what Hakam is doing now. Maybe he could get a hold of Pasha. Who knows? He'll stop and stare at the camera. One of these times I'm not going to make it easy for you. You're going to have to fight with me. Then he'll kind of mosey on over to his bed and lay down with his arms crossed behind his head and stare at the ceiling. Or we can. Ali will sit up. And what do you have to say to me? I would say so. From what I see in an eagle, you need a lot of help. Well then please do enlighten me. Because to me you're all one and the same. Yeah, that seems to be the gist of it. Except for the ones that I met. They are no longer with us. Those ones had faces. And it's a shame. They should have never been where they were. Well, if you call disposing of some ill-mannered pirates and filling in for their security, then yes, we are making quite a name. Well, one has to pick something that they're good at. It's one thing I learned. Help's not free. What do you want in return? Well, that could be possible. But what does your faction stand for? What separates you from the rest? Well, that goes for me as well. The so-called heretic didn't look like anything of a powerful thing to me. And that I would agree with. Who's caught in the middle of some type of tug of war. Well, you talk a good talk. We shall see. I would happily, introduce you to Pasha Khan, and then see if we could work out some details. Again, it's also dependent on what it is that you need us to do. But that's nothing for us to discuss here. That's something to discuss with me and Pasha Khan. Well, I don't think we ever pirated the ship that didn't attack us first, or weren't already pirates. If we're a pirate... Well, if you called pirates who pirate on the pirates, then I guess we are pirates. Yes. But what about my friends who are here as well? Yes. They are also part of our crew. We wouldn't be able to do much without them. Well, now that we're talking. Well, when you get to be free, I'll introduce you to Pasha Khan. I don't know where he is right now, but I'll be able to get word to him somewhere. And he's gonna kind of look at it. That's a lot of trust you want me to have with you. to inject this into me now. What is it? Just... Yeah, as he is on the ground, he'll go ahead and inject himself with it, kind of seeing what's coming up ahead. I don't think there's much to it. If he's not going to fight back, he's just going to sit there and take it. He of course would. But let's get it over with. I hope you hit better than he did.
Yes, we are back in the party city. Sure. Wait, you're playing the outro music. Okay, cool. So I went ahead and rolled culture with a 2. So Pasha is regaling Narana and Tasim about stories, about the Crimson Wish, but not really giving very specific details, but also like kind of blowing things a little out of proportion, adding a lot of joviality and humor. Doesn't give names and so on, but just stories about the things that the crew has done, the things he has done. He makes sure that the bubbly keeps being poured into their glasses, that if they get empty, the hookah is always being replenished. He's just being this, the perfect magnanimous host, almost as if where they are is owned by Pasha, even though Pasha doesn't own it. But that's why I'm here. I know the many ways and wiles to make all bureaucracies move along, to grease the wheels and the gears, as one says. With a nice smile, a polite nod, a few well-placed words, and beer in the right hands, things always keep moving. After all, Coriolis is no different from any other large-scale place with a bureaucracy that wants to keep law and order. Everything is always a facade, remember that. There are people who are in power and the people who want to get power. It's just a matter of knowing what people want and figuring out ways to give it to them so they can give you what you want. It's always a game, nothing more, nothing less. Pasha laughs. By all means, Tasim, by all means. Today, I celebrate the two of you and what you can achieve over here.
Hakam strides in, scanning the bar through his through the visor of the helmet, looking for Pasha. Eventually finds him and then stays away for about a minute or so to see who Pasha might be talking to, and I assume I don't recognize either Narana or Tasim. Oh, from a shop, right? She was behind the counter helping. Oh, and why? How is she there by chance? Well, small station apparently somehow. It's fate. Yeah, exactly. It's fate. It's like Star Wars, right? Everybody knows everybody. Well, that's great. Maybe that explains why he stays away a little. Can I not just calm Pasha now that I know he's here and I can just use the calm to try and calm him? Call him? Yeah. I'll give him like a 2 buzz. Zip, zip. And then if he picks up...
Pasha hears his compad buzz. He looks at Narana and Tasim. If you would excuse me, please. And Pasha kind of gets up from his seat and walks away just a little. And he kind of holds his compad. Hello?
Hey, Pasha, good to see you. I'm in the same bar, but I didn't approach because that's my cousin, and you know how I feel about that. They let me go. The other 3 are still in prison. There's a bit of an update I need to give you.
Oh, hey, Hakam. This is excellent news. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I didn't know I was talking to your cousin. I don't want to intrude.
The woman, she's my cousin.
Oh, I see. Very well, let me excuse myself from their company, and Pasha kind of starts looking around.
Is there like a second floor we could go to, or...?
Yeah. Yes, so Pasha looks up. Well, do you see the 3rd floor from here where you can see the promenade and this bar and the beautiful sights out of Coriolis? Let's meet up there. I shall excuse myself from my present company, and we shall chat.
You got it, friend.
Pasha clicks the compad off. Yeah, go ahead, Hakam.
No, that's it. I'm just describing how he turns the comm off.
Ah, okay. Pasha goes back to Narana and Tasim. Well, it seems I might have to cut my time with you beautiful people short this evening. It seems something has come up and I must attend to it immediately. But I've had a wonderful time with you, Narana, and you, Tasim, and I wish to continue our friendship and mutual partnership very well and far into the future. before I leave, if I may stop by your house again, Tasim? And Pasha, with a big flourish, like, it's like that Moana song, "You're Welcome." He's like, he's just flexing himself, and "You're welcome." It's almost like, somebody has been graced by the by by the presence of Pasha alone, and all he can say to them is, "You're welcome. You're welcome." I hope the both of you have a magnificent evening and take care of each other. Until next time, my friends, may the icon smile upon you. And Pasha makes his way up to the third floor, and while he does, he kind of looks around, takes in all the sights and the people, making notes of a lot of things about this place for future reference. A good place to do business, Pasha tells himself as he walks up.
Hakam is there waiting for you, and he turns around, puts his arms out, perhaps for a hug?
Pasha is taken aback, but he hugs Hakam. I was a little worried about you guys there for a bit.
Me too. That was a Consortium assassins coming after us in one of the other bars in this district. We had just arrived. There was a man, let me see. I think his name was Beiberi Afanya. He's proposed some sort of arms deal, but he's part of a big, gangster family here, so we declined and learned afterwards, fortunately, that he's not to be trusted. And I think he might have ratted us out to Consortium bounty hunters, because supposedly Ali, Nasir, Taraya, they have like rap sheets longer than what's in my pants. And yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
And he said, but yeah, we were just having drinks and suddenly the shooting started, and of course I valiantly dodged them. And the Judicars, you've been to Coriolis, you understand the whole, Judicars, police, that kind of stuff. Anyway, the Judicar walked in and said, quieted it all down, put everybody in shackles to do an investigation. It was only 2 days, but it felt much longer. And they let me go because obviously I'm from here and I haven't done anything. But they kept him there, and here's the important bits for you because you're a people person. They were in this nice Judicar sort of room, and they had 3 Consortium people there. One was he thinks about it. He does the finger snapping. As he tries to remember, this is Anima Narosha. She's a board. You remember people well? Should I tell you any of this, or do I need to write it down?
No, I remember people well.
Okay. So here's my download then. If I remember, she's a Consortium board member. Looks like a highborn. Very expensive stuff on her, like you, and very sleazy. Like a high corporate sort of person. And then what's the other guy's name? Maurice Tem. He's a colonial agency, which is a subsidiary of the Consortium. And so he looks around as nobody's listening and leans in a little and says, the Judicar tipped me off that Tem is working with them. So it's like sort of double agent or something. So keep that in mind. And then there's a really unsavory fella called Nimroy Fen from the Foundation, which you remember maybe from Mira. The Foundation, also subsidiary of the Consortium, by the way. And he laid into us with accusations. I just deflected it all, but essentially there's 3 things. If I understand it correctly, there are 3 things that are an issue for the Judicar. 1, our 3 people, killed some people. but I think we can get out of that with self-defense, right? The other one is, apparently Ali has a bounty on his head for something he did on Algol. Ali said he did it to free people from slavery, which is, the Judicar really liked. But then, of course, what's her name? Nima was like, oh no, we would never do slavery. Oh no, our consortium is totally clean. Bullshit. But anyway, that is something that unfortunately is held against Ali currently, that he has some sort of crime against him on Algol. And then, of course, supposedly we helped someone escape from Mira. The Foundation guy, Nimroy, he was like slavering all over. That we helped in harboring a fugitive and whatnot. When I pressed him on it, he had nothing, literally nothing, to really pin us on it. But anyway, those are the three things I believe are currently sort of on the Judica's mind.
Did he say who the fugitive was that we were harboring?
No, not even a name. No.
Well, that's quite flimsy stuff to go on.
Yes, but again, I'm people, bureaucracy, all this stuff. I was hoping maybe you'd be more excited to delve into that than I am.
Oh yes, I am. I am excited. I am tingling with excitement here, Hakam.
Sorry, I just blabbed your ear off. Are you okay? Did you have a good flight?
Yes, absolutely. I had a wonderful time with your cousin and her boyfriend, fiancé. I think it's still up. Yeah. Wait, what? I would know that he's a cousin, right? Because he said family. Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm not talking to them.
Correct.
I pulled him off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a wonderful time with your cousin and her boyfriend, I think, and
yeah, she's nice.
And that boyfriend of hers, he's actually at the immigration checkpoint. I'm slowly working my hooks into him. He could be a valuable asset on a place like this.
Good contact to have. Yeah.
Indeed. So no, I've had a good time and I've had a wonderful time. I'm sorry that your sojourn onto this fantastic station, and I must say, I now understand where your engineering skills come from, Hakam. If your people had anything to do with this place, I'm glad to have you on my side.
And brought this place here. Then we made it into a space station.
Then the icons have smiled upon me to bring me in contact with someone like you.
That's what I keep saying.
I know you do, but trust but verify. That's what I always say. Trust but verify.
Of course. Same with tools and engines. But listen, how can I help?
I think you have helped a lot, and I want to say something that I think might help in the future as well. The rest of the crew, Ali, Turaya, Nasir, they can always handle themselves, and they will always have a rap sheet longer than what's in your pants, as you so eloquently put it. And while I'm around, that rap sheet's going to get longer and longer. But it's always going to be your job to stay clean. You, my friend, are the unseen and the unknown. You are the X factor in this. In any given situation, you would never have broken any law, and try to keep it that way, because we have the upper hand now because of that.
Hey, well, I can... okay, yeah. If you don't need me directly, I can be at the ship, I guess, do some maintenance work.
Well, depending on how my discussion with the Judicars go,
yeah,
and depending on how the next few hours, maybe the days go, we would need a quick exit off the station even before we can get to our ship. Now, I understand things between you and your family are touchy, and I don't want to probe or delve into it. But we might need some assistance on this station to hide and make our way out of here surreptitiously when the alarms start going off, if they do go off and I'm not able to handle it with just fancy words and bribes. You get my drift?
sort of shakes his head and says, "Look, this is Coriolis, not some backwater asteroid station. You can't like break people out of this prison."
Now who is not trusting the Pasha Khan? And Pasha
Yeah.
smiles.
It's okay. I mean, do you have a tabula?
Yes, I do. I brought mine with me.
Here. He links up our two tabulas and sends you a floor plan that he has from his own time still on the station, which is much better than the tourist shit that you get.
Cool.
It's like the difference between what I guess like a Disney crew member would have than, you know, the map they give you at the entrance to a tourist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he points out, over here is a maintenance tunnel, and there's an airlock. I could bring some exoshells to that airlock and then fuse it from the outside, so it seems like it's out of service. And then if you needed to make a quick getaway out into space, you could just use that airlock. You know what I'm saying? Put the exoshell on and just float out, and then I could put the ship on passive, just pick you up. If
So
really you
that-
just want to get off the station, that's the fastest way, without going all the way through the station back to the spaceport into the ship.
No. You have that is an excellent suggestion.
We have a scooter, if I recall. We have a space scooter. We could put that there too.
Do that as well. I'm trying to keep as many options open to us as possible. That makes negotiations always much easier.
But do remember,
I have
these
one more
big
regret.
players. It's Coriolis. If you step in shit here, that's gonna stick.
From what you said, Hakam, let me be absolutely honest, and this is for something for you to think as you go about these activities, because you will have some time on your hands and you won't have me pestering you, cajoling you. The fact that the consortium put all this effort into setting up a trap, even if I get everybody out of here, they're not going to let go of us. They're going to be always on our backs. This is a decision for you to make. I'm already in it. I know where Ali, Nasir and Thuraya stand. We are criminals and pirates to our core, but you are not such. Things are only going to get more hairier and more dangerous from this moment on. As you so aptly said, the shit has already stuck onto us, and I'm going to do the best to fling it, but in my experience, when you get down into the nasty, things always cling.
Well, honestly, I think the angle is the Judicar. I don't think they have much on us. Can't prove anything, and the Judicars are very, very strict on like proper fair justice. They can't be bought.
No,
maybe
and I'm
that
going to
is-
appeal to them on that. That exactly like
maybe that's your angle.
No, that
and the
would be my-
consortium, I haven't dealt with them much, but story is, I mean, common knowledge is that it's all about beer, right, for everybody. And if it starts costing them too much to come after you, eventually they'll stop. Unless you keep costing them more. You see what I'm saying? If you keep pissing in their soup, they'll keep coming after you. If you just make it really expensive, they'll stop.
Then I do know what I must do. But it is not going to be easy, friend Hakam. If you are going to make something expensive for the consortium, it's going to require a lot of conniving and scheming. I'm already enjoying myself. It's going to push my limits, my abilities.
Any sort of blackmail we can have against them, any sort of leverage, just sending these people after us and getting them killed is already a black mark on them.
Oh no,
And will cost some money. They
Hakam.
won't keep sending people.
Oh, they will. When it comes to large corporations like the consortium, the people they send to you, they're just foot soldiers. They're a dime a dozen. They'll keep sending them over and over, every station, every planet, every moon we go to. From what you said, it's not just the consortium, it's 3 different groups within the consortium that want us. Right?
I don't know why Tem was there, honestly. But, yeah. Narosha, the board member, and then Nimrod Fen, the foundation, they both had issues with us.
Yes. And remember, we were attacked by the Foundation on that station just outside of Mira.
Nope, it didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. My vest is clean.
That may be the case.
No, of course he remembers, right? But he's just going with what you had said previously, which is...
Yeah.
Yeah,
but this is something for you to think about, Hakam. It is going to get nastier as the days goes by. And from what I know about the consortium, they're not going to give up easily. If they're ready to start fights out in a lawful place like this, imagine what they could do out in space where there is no law. But your point is well taken. We will have to work on blackmail, but not at this level. It has to be at a much higher level.
I think the Judicar was really taken aback at mentioning of the consortium being responsible for slavery on Algol. That could be something eventually to pull.
With that, Pasha's eyebrows raised. That's a good point, Hakam.
Narosha was quick to deny any and all of it instead of any, the vague bullshit she usually fed. She was immediately like, no, that's not happening. So, Ali says otherwise, so maybe there's some records or, maybe some records we can even make by going there eventually. But, again, I'm in it 100%, so you let me know if you need something prepped. I can prep it. I know the station pretty well. Can make pipes explode, computers short out, doors open and close, that kind of stuff, no problem.
That's it. That's exactly what I was going to say next. So, stay close, don't stay too far, because I don't know when I will need you and your skills.
Yeah.
Set up the airlock, just like you said, with the scooter and the exosuits.
It'll take me probably 2 hours to get that done.
Perfect. And then set up yourself to do the necessary hacks for all those things that you just said. I don't know what we will require, but in my experience, being well prepared is what we have.
It's all local, man. It's all local. It's not like I can hop into a single room, hack a computer, and then have access to the whole station. That's not how it works.
Ah, shit. That means you'll be close to the action.
That's possible. I could, I don't know, I could be half a block over and still do it if the cables, It depends on the system we're talking about, right?
Very well. Is there a way for you to secure this compad that we have used to communicate on? That way none of the consortium can listen to what we are talking about?
That's a rules question I have no idea about as a player. If the system goes into encrypted channels and decrypting and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. Yeah.
Cool. Then stay close by. Let's keep in contact.
I've got my
if you
tools
can
and everything, and I've got this trusty helmet on, so nobody knows who I am anyway.
Excellent. All right. It's time for me to go meet the Judicars.
Actually, he thinks about it. I've been seen as me in this helmet. You've got some beer, so I can just buy a cheap replacement clothes and helmet?
Sure. And
Yeah. Because of course if he now runs around and they see him, then anybody who's like the police force that's seen him before in these clothes with this helmet would be able to tell that that's Hakam.
Yeah. So Pasha will give Hakam 100 beers.
Yeah.
And
on my way to the ship, I'll get change of clothes, change a helmet, and then I'll set everything up at the airlock I marked.
Very well.
Yeah. Never sleeps. Yeah, Hakam goes by like a second-hand store, like cheap. He just needs cheap clothes, cheap everyday clothes, right? He wants to look like a freaking Jawa on Tatooine, like nobody can tell who's who. And picks out maybe even just a mask or some sort of helmet, maybe a maintenance helmet or something, right? And a set of new clothes, and then makes it all the way to the ship, explains the plan to Ashanti, changes his clothes, preps the scooter, puts the exoshells, sort of like bundles them all up with the cargo netting, attaches them to the scooter, and then as quietly and silently as he can, like sort of tries to drift out of the spaceport to get around Coriolis and to that what is it called? An airlock? Yeah, an airlock, right? To that airlock. And then attaches them with magnets on the outside of the hole at the airlock. And then, he goes back by himself. He has his own exoshell that he owns since the beginning of the game. Because he does not want to use that airlock to get into the base, or into Coriolis, right? He wants that airlock to just look pristine from the inside. And then goes back, and then would probably ping Pasha and ask if it's okay to sleep or if he needs to come right away.
Pasha walks throughout. One minute, let me get this name right. Mulukad finds a high-end house of pleasure. Checks himself in, avails of their services for the night. In the morning, he has reserved a Ryzian sunrise massage that he gets and enjoys. Somewhere during the night, when he takes a break between his activities in the pleasure house, he responds to Hakam, tells him to get some sleep and rest. We have a long day ahead of him. And then Pasha just gets back. He has an evening full of fun, frolic, and a rejuvenating massage, preparing him for the day to come.
No, I'm not joining him to deal with these people. No. I'm just, 100 meters away on my tabula, just being a random Coriolis citizen.
Before I go, and I would have talked to.
Me to come with as Hakam.
No. Whatever you're comfortable with, Pasha wouldn't put you. But what Pasha would do is talk to you beforehand and set up a way that his compad is transmitting everything that he hears, he speaks to you, so that you are fully in tune, right? As if like, it's like, in the spy movies where you can hear everything the agent is doing, and you're in like the van that's playing Overwatch.
Well, is Pasha expecting any sort of escalation right during this meeting? That would
No.
need like a tech person? Okay, but then also the other question is, would he like to be associated with Hakam, or wants to keep Hakam out of that?
I think Pasha would he would ask Hakam what he's comfortable with.
Hakam says he's happy to be there and give Nimroy a bit more of a shellacking around his ears for his unfounded claims. The Judica also sort of seemed to value that Hakam is a Coriolis citizen, which comes with certain rights and a certain amount of trust. However, if Pasha wants to do, I don't know, something more unsavory or drive a different tone than what Hakam has done?
No, Pasha will not do, because we are going to be in a court. So Pasha would say no. If anything, it will be after, not during this session. Not try and bring the whole house
Okay,
down.
in that case, Hakam would feel that his family is imprisoned and would like to attend.
Okay, and just know that Pasha would say, if I do fail and they do want to arrest you right then and there won't be anything I could do about it.
I haven't done anything wrong. What? Just remember not to give them anything that would make them arrest us.
Sounds good.
Don't admit guilt. I mean, you're Pasha Khan. You know this.
No, I will not admit my guilt and I will not admit your guilt. But be prepared for anything, Hakam.
Okay, let's go.
So we make our way in.
So Ali, after taking a beating, is up there, and he looks he fell off his bunk five or six dozen times. He looks over at his two associates, Nasir and Tarai, and thinking to himself, well, Nasir looks pretty banged up still, but I don't know how they look. Do they look worse for wear? Yeah. And he sees that they had a rough go. Well, yeah. Well, that was from the fight, the bar. So he doesn't know what was what's from the bar and what's from the interrogations. But he just sits there and listens to the little charade. Every once in a while, glancing up at the Judicar and then listening to Nimrai Fen, and then looks over to Nasir and Durai every once in a while. We must be strong, as he thinks to himself, and he just stares at the Judicar and doesn't show any weakness, even though he's pretty beat up.
Hakam would lean over to Pasha and say, "This ain't right. The beating they got. Punishment before a court. Now remember, those three, they're not the court. The judicator is."
Pasha nods to Hakam. Follow my lead. Let us see what we can do for our friends. Maybe if we are successful, we can even embarrass Consortium and these people.
Go.
When the adjudicator says that, Pasha stands up back in the bleachers. If the esteemed judicar of this proceeding would allow a humble servant like Pasha to step forward and represent the accused, I would like to do so. And with that, Pasha bows. Pasha doesn't immediately respond, but walks forward. Make sure that when he walks, he is surveying the entire room, and he picks a spot where he knows everyone in the room, including the judicar, his friends, and everyone that's watching these proceedings can see him center, almost larger than life. Esteemed judicar, my name is Pasha Al-Tariq Al-Imran Al-Fashir, son of Tariq Al-Imran Al-Fashir of the Dabaran court. I present to you myself as a humble servant, a representative to the accused, and wish to speak on their behalf, if you may allow me to do so. And with that, Pasha bows again. Esteemed adjudicator, members of this outstanding and upstanding court, I wish to say a few words in defense of the accused, wish to give character references, and help see the other side to what is, I feel, a one-sided accusation by these members before us. May I do so, Judicar Benson? I thank you. The three standing before you accused, Judicar, are upstanding citizens. May not be of Coriolis, they may be of worlds far away from Coriolis, but they are upstanding citizens nonetheless. Coriolis and the Judicar stand as a beacon, a shining beacon to all of Third Horizon as to what one can do when law and order exist. Maybe one day such law and order can exist in every corner of the Third Horizon, on every planet, moon, asteroid, and so on and so forth. And I hope to see such a day where the justice that the Judicar provide is available at every such corner. But until such is available, brave men and women like the one standing before you, Judicar Benson, must do what they can to unwrite the evil that certain people do. Why? Because they are powerful. Why? Because they have resources. Why? Because they feel that the common, simple man cannot stand up for themselves. For too long, in the darkness of space, on the small asteroids, the little people are stepped on, the little people are taken, little people are abducted, sold, their little savings snatched. Times are hard, Judikar Benson, outside the shining light of Coriolis. Most people look down and let themselves taken advantage of. But sometimes, under much stress and much duress, a few people rise up and stand up for what is right. And these are the people that you have before you. Yes, their methods may be a little unruly, and I do agree. To that we will make no contest. Sometimes when you live out in the darkness and coldness of space, the hardness, the toughness that you build around you as a way to protect yourself, to shield yourself from evil, that carries with you. And you bring it to a place like this where it doesn't fit, is not welcome. And I would say that is what happened the fateful evening a few days ago. My crew were in a quarter of Coriolis. Certain words were said, certain drinks were had, and a fight broke out. Yes, the fight got a little overboard, but I believe there were casualties and harm on both sides. I believe that we must pay a fine, and a fine will be paid, and I will make sure that such a fine is paid, Judikar Benson. The law is the law, and I'm not here to subvert it. However, I'm here to contest certain claims made by these other esteemed members of your court. They say Ali Tariq is a subverter, an usurper, a renegade. All he did was help a few people on a backward planet fight for certain rights that they were taken from them. Nasir is a close friend. Out there, brotherhood is all that counts. Thuraya is a simple space miner. Can you imagine, Judikar Benson, what a woman must go through out in the coldness of space, what she must fight against men and other beings to fight for her own right? I am sure an entity as powerful as the Consortium would have given you all sorts of documents. It is very easy. They are a big entity, aren't they not? But we are simple folk, simple people, doing what we can to make a living, doing the best we can, paying our taxes, paying our dues where we can. And with that, Pasha takes a little break and just waits for the words to sink in. Cool, will do. Cool, let's carry on. Now let's carry on. Let's keep it a little going, a little more. I agree, Judikar Benson. Your words are wise. I agree that what has been done on the station is against the law of the station. But is it also not, in your own words, like you said, that the Consortium uses Coriolis, a beautiful station, a lawful station, a beacon for everyone in the Third Horizon, as a place for engaging and waging proxy fights? I believe the accusation is Ali and Nasir doing subversive things on Algol. Then why is this not happening in Algol? Why are these proceedings not happening in Algol? Why is the laws of Algol not being used to judge these two? Nimroy says that we are abductors, we are been hiding heretics. Look at us, Judikar Benson. Do we look like the kind of people who would be hiding heretics and then have the audacity to walk in to the house of law that is this room? No, I feel there is some desperation in the two of them. They seem to be piling accusations because the first few are flimsy. And I do not think it is right ever to use Coriolis as a place for some sort of a proxy war. Fighting openly in the streets of Coriolis to try and seek revenge for what happened far, far away. That cannot be the example we want to set. And I know the justice that the Judicars have. I know that in your prisons, the prisoners are treated well until proven guilty. Look at my people. Have they been treated well? I do not think it is the Judicars who have done this. And if it's not the Judicars, who else? Who else would dare? And now this is where Pasha is trying to turn the tide with words of proxy war, trying to show the subversive nature of the consortium itself for what it is in an open assembly like this. Who else would stand against the Judicars under their very noses, bring harm to the very people the Judicars are trying to bring justice to? Who else? Are my people criminals? All they did was defend themselves from death. They did not go into some other nation, usurp them, run shadow games, infiltrate their prisons and beat up on their prisoners. What is the greater, graver injustice here, Judikar Benson? I'm all ears. 1 minute. Observation. Yeah.
With respect, I would like to ask politely that the court, and he points directly at Judicator with an open palm, consider specifying the ruling to the people accused and not my property, the Crimson Wish ship, or myself, who is a member of the crew of the Crimson Wish. I have done nothing wrong, nor has my ship. He bows and sits down. I mean, it was now or never, Hakam thought. Eventually, but not yet. Gotta catch me first.
Pasha. Pasha smiles and bows a low, ultra-respectful bow to the Judicar. Again, my faith in the Judicars and Coriolis station have been kept. I knew today justice would prevail, and it has. You shall have no more trouble from us, Judicar Benson. I sincerely apologize for the things that have come to trespass on your station, and in future I will make it my prime priority and directive to ensure that my crew behave honorably with justice in their hearts, thinking of the shining light that is Coriolis station. If I have your permission to excuse myself from your fine court, I would like to do so now. Thank you, Your Eminence. Pasha bows lowly, and he kind of like uses his fingers to tell the other three. He knows Hakam would do so, but the other three to kind of bow to him as they're heading out. And before he turns his back, he gives a long, hard look, making sure that they can see it as well, to Nima Narosha and Nimroy Fen. a look that they would be easily able to discern that you fucked with the wrong person. Now I'm coming after you. And with that, like a movie style, you all turn around and walk out abreast. Pasha looks around at them and he has this wide ear smile. Well. That was interesting. Fun. Don't you think so?
Oh, fucking terrifying. But if you have the beer, I know a med spa where we can get them patched up and they can swim in some healing liquids and stuff that should help them after a few hours. It'll feel better.
Let's do that. I have the beer. And while we're at it, Pasha cocks his head and looks at Nasir's face and his jaw. We might have to get some aftermarket hardened teeth and jaw for this man over here. He seems to keep loose his teeth in every fight.
Yeah, horrible injury indeed. We don't have much time before the exile kicks in, so we should hurry. Yep.
As we're heading, Pasha puts a hand on Ali's shoulder to kind of hold him back while Hakam, Nasir and Turaya make their way forward. Ali.
Yes, Pasha. I thought I'd never be so happy to see you.
You thought I would leave you to the devices of these people?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I was left to some of the devices.
Bet you were in your cell thinking how Pasha is flown off into the sun, leaving you to your doom. No worries, my friend. I still have a lot of need of you.
Yes. But speaking of which, the Maurice Temd from the Consortium, he had words with me before I received this beating. He seems to be, what can I say, against the other two.
Very well, then you shall help me set up a meeting with this Maurice Tem. Because, you see, Ali, I've been flying through space and Pasha is gesturing out with his hand as they're walking, with the simple goal of acquiring power, wealth. It's fun, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun. But I feel that I have now something a little more fun to concentrate on. I would like to personally destroy those two people in that room. Nimrod and Narosha. Will you help me? And Pasha's got this impish evil grin on his face.
You see Ali smile the best he can. It seems that we are heading the same direction. Because I want to remove their limbs from them, one by one.
Excellent, my friend, excellent. I would like nothing more to see that happen. And there's something that Hakam told me that caught my ear, and the way they reacted when it was brought up. It seems we might have to go back little towards home. The going-ons in Algol I think that therein lies the key.
Yes, it seems that we will be going full circle when all this started.
You know, someone like me has a lot of time on their hands, a lot of mental cycles, and I've always wondered what it would be like to have a nemesis, a true nemesis. I'm going to enjoy myself with these two. And you see, when you attack powerful entities, you don't go head on. I've thought about this a lot, if I ever do have a nemesis. We find what the entity is most scared of. The one thing that they wouldn't want it to be public. And we capture that information and we get it. Then we slowly start taking their friends away from them, leaving these two alone, naked, by themselves in the darkness of space. And that's when we go after them.
Yes. Let's make them feel like they're in a dark hole with nowhere to go.
Excellent. And that Pasha claps Ali's back. Come. Let us head to the med spas. Maybe if there's some time, I can get you and Nasir into a pleasure house for a few hours to truly recharge and rejuvenate.
Well, I can't speak for Nasir, but as soon as I get my hands on my up for it again, I will truly be in pleasure.
Excellent. With that, Pasha starts walking wherever Hakam's leading them. All right.